Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final day of regular season play, the inaugural season of the Women's Professional Lacrosse League, live from Goucher College, alongside the legendary Hallie Griggs. My name is Dan Fritz. Thank you for joining us here on LaxAllStars.com. An exciting matchup, Hallie, between the Baltimore Braves, sitting atop of the league 3-0, taking on the Upstate Pride 2-1. A chance for Upstate to get a tie for that first place seed, but nonetheless, both teams going into the postseason.
Both teams going in the postseason, and I think you'll see that tonight. I mean, I think we'll get into it a little bit later. There's a bit more on the line in the second game of this doubleheader. In this game, both teams can come out knowing that they've advanced at least into the semifinal round, and they'll have some fun out there tonight.
Some fun indeed is what we've been having all year long here in this first year for the WPLL, and pretty much, I guess you could say, an extension of the college game. I know you are a short amount of time removed. I'm not going to mention age or anything, folks. We're on top of a press box. She'll throw me off in a heartbeat. Don't think that she won't. But nonetheless, still watching, and we talked about this before we went on the air, and that it's an opportunity, a continuation of the careers for these women, and more importantly, to grow the game. And what better way to grow the game than having that last day of the regular season and still have meaningful lacrosse. As you said before, this game is not just a throwaway game. Upstate Pride can still take the #1 seed. Baltimore, they can just lock in that #1 seed, and then they'll take on the winner of our second game of the doubleheader later on. But still, great lacrosse here, and yes, folks, if you're looking at it, that's a grass field out there.
That is a grass field, but you know, right now, Baltimore heat, sometimes a lot of these women would like to play on a grass field versus turf. Turf can get a little hot. Tonight, not too bad. Weather likely won't be an issue, or fingers crossed the rain holds off. And
I mean, especially for those of you that joined us for the broadcast up at Towson, that was rough. I may have lost a few pounds. Game time temperatures, 83 degrees, cloudy skies, hopefully to cool off a little bit, and we are underway. The Upstate Pride in the white over blue going left to right. Baltimore in the all red going from right to left. Upstate won the draw, but Baltimore coming away with a quick turnover, and now they're that quick on attack, and a little slip here on the work. Alyssa Leonard, and ultimately it passes back behind the net. In the goal for the Upstate Pride, Molly Wolf did yeoman's duty last time out, but not to be denied on the other side. Kelsey Donnelly, oh my God, you want to talk about have a game. Turned in last time 29 saves for the New York Fight. A game that, if we were still playing in college, it would have been the tops for the year, and I think like the 9th overall for a number of saves in a game. But Baltimore putting the Upstate Pride goalie to work early and often. The flag goes off, and Molly Wolf picking up where she left off. Shot goes in, the flag goes away, but now a foul called against Baltimore, and the first skirmish, the Pride come away unscathed. Pride with it now near side. Nadine Hadnaggy takes it up the right wing. The 2017 IWLCA Defender of the Year, getting a little work up front. As we know the different rules of the WPLL, the goalie could even go one-on-one if she wanted to. I wouldn't put it past either one of these two. Upstate trying to get a little room as Danielle Spencer doing some work, just can't get a good lane, but still in front. Nice stick work. Pop up in the air, but Baltimore's going to come away with it.
Some physical play, 2 opportunities there for the Upstate team. They weren't quite able to capitalize on it.
And that's something else we've seen with this league as well, Hallie, is that you have the physical play, the referees letting the women play. They know how to play the game at this point. Professionals all, and just letting them have at it. Again, the last game of the regular season, postseason coming up on Thursday. Shot goes in. Baltimore's on the board. 1-0 off of the right-handed shot. Amanda Johansson gets the first goal for the Brave. Her 5th goal of the season. Johansson rips one right up the middle. It's 1-0. First couple of minutes gone in the first quarter.
Johansson, a former USC All-American, one of the Trojans' first ever All-Americans in the program, and it's so fun. You know, you look at both of these teams, both of these rosters, really all 5 rosters in this league. You know, just the relationships of some of these players. It's fun watching Amanda Johansson take the field alongside former assistant coach Alyssa Leonard. She's lining up on the attack for this Baltimore team. You know, I just love a lot of the past relationships, whether it's player, coach, former teammates. Really just jumping in this league. I just love watching it all.
It definitely has been a great story to follow. And Kylie Oldmiller also had an article published as far as like the clean slate going into the college game, and I asked her when she was in the booth with us up at Harvard, no, now what's that clean slate going into the professional game? Going into college, you and I have both seen, as far as everyone knows, an All-American, Under Armour All-American, McDonald's, the usual credentials. What kind of credentials? And you look at the rosters here, put the women out on this field today?
Oh, I just think you look at these players, they're still fast, they're in the peak physical condition, and I think a lot of these players, talk about right there, Danielle Spencer, she's gotten even better since the college game. She was a multi-year All-American for Northwestern, won a few national championships there as well. She's a better player today than she was back when she graduated in 2010, and that's just incredible. She's just so dedicated.
A better player and also now a current coach, and that's something you got to put on the resume for these girls as well. As Danielle Spencer gets the, I believe it was shooting space, she'll line up in the center hatch, and this is something that I like. Center shot all the time. She rifles one in. Kelsey Donnelly turns that right away, and the oohs and ahs, this is the part that I've loved all year long. The oohs and ahs from the crowd on just the athleticism of these women on the field. Like you said, Hallie, they haven't missed a beat since college.
No, they really haven't, and it's just, it speaks to their dedication. We published an article on Amber McKenzie, and she spoke about the work that she had to put in when she was drafted. Obviously post-baby, she's a mother now. How she balanced motherhood, her job, and getting to the gym to make sure she was ready for these games.
Great reaction save. Sorry, Molly Wolf. I think that's safe in self-defense, still keeping Baltimore to 1-0. But back to what you were saying, Hallie, the fact that the story continues for these women. And again, from this is my 10th year following the sport as well, from this standpoint. As a shot goes in, Donnelly once again turns aside the opportunity for Upstate. You watch these women go through 4 years of college, regardless of what institution they go to. They still have to balance athletics and academics and still have some measure of a life. And then it changes over into this league. And now, again, they're professionals, they're mommies, and they're still awesome. And that has just been one of the key points of this league going forward as we wind up the regular season. 1-0 the early score, 10:39 left to go here in the first quarter. Baltimore on the attack, rolling right. Marie McCool, talk about having a game. Shot goes in. Another score by the Brave. This time, Dana Dobby rips the back of the net. 2-0 favor Baltimore. Dana Dobby, her 6th of the season. In the season opener, she started ripping things in the back of the net. 2 goals in that game against Philadelphia. And Marie McCool gets credit for the assist. So right away, the combination of Maryland and UNC, something you never thought you'd be saying on a lacrosse field, comes together for Baltimore's 2nd goal. Oh, they waved it off. Excuse me. I didn't see why they would have waved that off.
No goal, possibly a crease violation. I did miss that. I thought that was good.
Well, nonetheless, the Pride get it right back, and Elena Romsberg will tie things up for Upstate. So it's 1-1 now.
Romsberg, one of the many players, actually it's exciting, on the field tonight that won a national championship with James Madison back on Memorial Day weekend. We talk about so many of the players returning, getting the opportunity. Now I think what's most exciting is these players coming out of the college game, they just have that. They have that dream. They know that lacrosse is not over. They're not waiting for a league to come around. Romsberg, Haley Warden, she's playing for this Upstate team. Kristen Gaudian returned. She's on this Baltimore team. She spent some time in Europe after that national championship win. It's exciting.
Just how much fun last year was, and especially the NCAA tournament, and not to take anything away from the powerhouse teams, but it was nice to see a team like James Madison making noise, getting in there, getting the run, getting into the Final Four, and then getting through. And now, this time, Marie McCool, she'll take the goal. Now it's 2-1 in favor of Baltimore. So she'll take that first quarter goal now, and the Brave are back on top.
McCool, you mentioned she's just been so dominant, especially of late. Once again, just a player coming out of the college game. I think Marie has that potential to just continue to get better and better, not only through pro. I think she'll be a fixture, at least in the national teams program, for one more World Cup, if not 2. She was one of the younger players on that World Cup team that captured gold almost a year ago over in England, and just one of the most exciting players in the game. And
last time out, we talked about Marie McCool, 7 goals total in that game. She had 5 in the first half. She collects her first notch to the board here as Maryland comes away with the ball and a foul. Amanda Johansson putting the work in, and quickly she works right back towards the middle. Left side now. Alyssa Leonard, a little give and go. Trying to make a turn, Zimmerman. She got some room. She gets past Molly Wolf, and it sneaks inside the far post. 3-1 Baltimore. Molly's going to see that one in her sleep tonight because she just looked down like, I had you. Where did you go?
It did. It looked like it sneaked in right past her left ankle there, and back-to-back Tar Heel goals.
And like I said, you had players that, from maybe where they were raised, they may have played high school, club ball, whatnot, getting into college, and then they separate, and then you never thought you'd have them back on the same squad again.
Yeah.
But ultimately, here they are today. 3-1 is the score. 7:05 left to go. First quarter action here from Goucher College.
And I think what's so exciting about this environment and this game here tonight, so many of the future college stars are in attendance. We're at the Epic Isle Women Committed Academy, and here we have 14 teams filled with future Division I bound stars. These are the future college stars and future professional women's lacrosse stars, too.
And you look down, we have a great crowd on hand. The bleachers below us pretty much filled, and seeing people coming in, everyone's wearing the swag. They got the Upstate, they got the Baltimore. It was just like seeing the college game once again. Now quickly in front. Nice backhand shot tried. LaxAllStars tried to get creative, just couldn't get the mark. But Upstate still keeps it with 42 on the shot clock. Upstate now working left side. Shayna Parecka. Parecka against Zimmerman. Parecka fires and rips the net.
That was in.
Oh, no. I was going to say they had to call that. A moment of hesitation. We saw it from up here, the back of the net ripping. So nonetheless, the goal counts. It's 3-2. Now we wondered as far as the grass surface. Some players like to get that ricochet, get it to scoot off the turf. How is it going to react with this grass? And some places a little more dirt than grass, especially in the middle. But man, that was just a missile. 3-2, and there it goes.
That was far out, too. She ripped that. And Shayna Parecka, that was just, when she got the ball, instantly I knew. Lefty alley dodge, that's what she did at Florida. That's what she's going to try to do here. But when you look at a roster like this, scouting reports got to just be thrown out the window.
Yeah,
everyone's just so good. You don't key in on anybody.
I asked Ricky Freed before their first game, I said, so what's your scouting report? He laughed for about 5 minutes before he actually looked at me again. And even still, you've scouted these women at some point or another through their college careers, and if anything, they just got better. So shot goes in. We got a tie ball game. Shayna Parecka again.
She loves that spot.
Just inside that 2-point line, though. Nonetheless, she ties things up. 4:40 left to go here in the first.
Upstate goal by number 7, Shayna Parecka.
Parecka at Florida. She graduated 214 points overall. She was the 6th Gator to amass 200 plus. She got the game-winning goal versus the fight in the fourth quarter. Olivia Homp on that assist, and she's just taking this team on her back so far, tying things up in the first quarter. And once again, great action right here in front of us.
Shayna Parecka, her younger sister Sydney, will be a senior with the Gator team. The two of them had quite the run at Mount Sinai High School, winning multiple state championships, reunited down in Gainesville, won a few Big East championships as well.
And the funny thing with that, and you look around the league, you have siblings on the same team. You have siblings on opposite teams because, maybe they didn't want to be in the shadow of the other sister, but still a great story. Another shot in on that. Once again, LaxAllStars is just going to pepper Kelsey Donnelly all afternoon. Unable to connect on there, but the Pride still have the ball right inside. Now in front, little contact, flag goes up, shot off the pipe. Still Pride ball, trying to pass in. Kelsey Donnelly, I've had enough of this. Give me the ball. She goes all the way into the corner, but being harassed by Al, she's going to have to hustle to get back. Great action along the line. It's Upstate Pride ball. That's what you like to see. You like to see the goalie just take things. I've had enough. Give me the ball. I'm going to go off into the corner, disrupt the play. Both goalkeepers here today are definitely capable of handling that and then some. Upstate Pride with the ball, 45 on the shot clock, just over 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Game tied at 3. Allie Carey with the ball outside of 2. Pass to the left. Warden. Warden trying to find some room, back pedals. 25 on the shot clock, little give and go now. Allie Carey once again. Carey, left side, LaxAllStars. Almost locked and loaded, ready to go. Loose ball through the middle, some nice stick work, and some contact. It'll be a foul called against Amanda Johansson. Upstate ball, shot clock running. Quick 5 seconds, she's gonna have to do something. She doesn't know the shot clock's going. And the shot clock has expired, so off of the foul, the shot clock continued to run. Allie Carey not really paying attention to it. Baltimore get the ball back.
You know, not paying attention. She's probably just confused a little bit. The ball was on the ground going both ways, but because Baltimore never really fully had possession, the possession clock didn't change.
So Baltimore an opportunity with 1:55 left to go in the first. A chance to go up. Alyssa Leonard with the ball. Alyssa Leonard using the new meshing that the girls have now.
That was allowed at that high school, college level. Mesh, we're seeing a lot more girls use it. I think it really sets, when you talk about Alyssa Leonard, she's so strong on the draw in particular. A mesh pocket definitely helps you on the draw circle. It gives you that extra advantage, I think.
Tried to go in. Molly Wolf once again, very patient, very poised, gets the save as Baltimore, and as you see now, the highlight reel starting to come out a little bit. We talked about Kylie Oldmiller earlier. She's got that nice sidewinding shot, and if she gets deadly accurate with that, the next game is going to be very interesting. But nonetheless, our score is still here, 3-3, 39 on the shot clock, 63 seconds left to go in the first. Upstate with the ball, working left to right. Shayna Pareka once again. Spencer. Little give and go, takes it back, 23 on the shot clock, in front, floater doesn't go, and a foul call. That's going to be
Baltimore ball.
Baltimore
I think
ball.
they're going to call, looks like a crease violation, or possibly, I'm not sure if that might be a yellow card. That's going to be a yellow card, dangerous shot on Molly
Stevens will get the yellow card. So Baltimore ball. Shot clock is irrelevant. 25 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Baltimore a chance to go into the break up by at least one. Marie McCool patiently waiting. 13 seconds left to go. She shuffles right now, cuts left. Leonard. Zimmerman. Zimmerman gets the shooting space, so a chance. It's not, they did stop the clock with 0.7 seconds, so they're going to allow the free position shot to occur. And I'm going to imagine Haley Ward is just going to have to let fly right there. They put 3 seconds back on the clock.
3 seconds left in the period.
Warden's got 4 goals on the year. She assisted Allie Carey last time, a chance to put her team up by 1. She goes in, couple steps, she fires. Molly Wolf denies it at the horn, and it is 3-3 at the end of 1. A great first quarter action here from Goucher College. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, second quarter action. You're watching the Women's Professional Lacrosse League on LaxAllStars.com.
East Coast Eyes, Red Bull, K-Ball, Slack.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty, it's much more harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Welcome back to Goucher College. First frame in the books. 3-3 the score. Dan Fritz alongside of Hallie Griggs. And Hallie, this was a great first quarter.
Got ourselves a game. And I think we knew that. You know, coming in, I know Upstate in particular, they weren't happy about that loss to New England. They thought they had that in the bag. I don't think they wanted to come out here. I think when you're any team, you're going up against an undefeated team, you look at that as an opportunity.
On opportunities, and be more so when we get into the second game of the doubleheader. A team that, I mean, my opinion, just a little snake bit, little hamstrings as far as player availability. The New York Fight, the Philadelphia Fire taking place later on tonight. That all their games, you can sit there and look at it and just say a bounce a different way at any point makes it a whole different game. Like I said, the Fight and had that war earlier this season. It's just a game that went back and forth down earlier here in Maryland. You just couldn't believe it. Like I said, 114 total shots in that contest. We're nowhere near there now, but still, just the quality of play. And at the end of that game, those girls were done. I mean, they were gassed. If they could have curled up on the field and just took a nap, they would have.
They left it all out there.
And then some. I mean, I was tired just watching them. It was just such a great game. But a great game here in front of us as the second quarter gets started. Switching things around. Now the Pride right to left, Baltimore left to right. As Haley Warden passing off to the right side, working her way through traffic all the way in. A putback right there to get it on top. LaxAllStars patiently waiting on the far post and just flicks it home for the 4-3 lead.
We call that picking up the garbage.
Woo. I mean, that was Kelsey Donnelly. I'm sorry. Now they changed goalies. Ellie DeGarmo in the net now. My apologies. DeGarmo was right there for that first shot. Couldn't keep it in front of her. It trickled off to the left. LaxAllStars sends it home. Picks up the garbage, as you say, but more importantly, they're up 4-3. Interesting as far as Sonia Lamonica's changing the goalie, Ellie DeGarmo, the Princeton product, getting action in the second quarter as Baltimore takes this draw control. Taylor Thornton had it for a moment, and then off to Laura Zimmerman, back behind the net, now back up. Thornton unable to handle it, but she scoops it up. 37 on the shot clock as she works her way right. Zimmerman. McCool. Foul called. Will be a free position opportunity for shooting space. Laura Zimmerman will once again get that center hash. She'll immediately pass left. McCool fires. That got tipped in front and over the bar. Molly Wolf, I don't even think saw it get deflected, but it's now behind her. 13 on the shot clock. Baltimore working near side.
I think it was actually tipped by Dana Doby. A shot right at her teammate.
Oh, self-defense. 3 seconds left. Shot goes in. Once again, Molly Wolf got a piece of it, but just not enough. Tie ball game once again. Baltimore has made things level at 4.
Laura Zimmerman, it's just, that's why this league, it just makes me so happy. I'm so excited for these women that they have this opportunity. She was a player after this World Cup in London. I mean, she worked so hard for that roster spot. She was left just off that 2013 World Cup roster. She waited 4 more years, continued to improve in that U.S. system, won world gold last summer, and we weren't sure, was she going to, quote, hang up the cleats? She wasn't sure if she was going to continue playing. And just to see her here with the Baltimore Brave continuing, she's just at the top of her physical game right now.
Motivation for you to come out of retirement?
I don't think so. Not quite
I tried,
yet.
folks. I tried. Baltimore, though, getting the draw control. Once again, shot goes in. A quick 2-goal run. This time, Alyssa Leonard rips from the left side to get her first goal of the afternoon.
There, Alyssa Leonard just showcasing how good she is and how, she is just so dominant on the draw circle. She was probably, Northwestern, they've had so many. Kristen Chelman, you mentioned. Shelby Fredericks just graduated. But in terms of draw control specialists, Alyssa Leonard, in my opinion, is tops out of the Northwestern program. And she's just so dominant on the draw circle. But throughout her college years, she really evolved her offensive game. And she's not only one of the top draw specialists in the game today, but also one of the top attackers in the game.
14th draw control for Leonard, and in addition to her 10th goal of the season, 10 goals in this first year, but she had 8 of those on 15 shots in the game against New England. We talked about that war that these girls have been putting out here all season long, just continuing to go. And just that fast, Baltimore have gotten themselves back on top, 5-4. Early going second quarter. Some good defense work, Danielle Spencer, but Baltimore still keeping it as the grass just taking away the momentum of the ball, keeping it in front of them. Baltimore working inside the zone now. Marie McCool in traffic. She'll go top shelf, and she gets a 3rd goal in the quarter for Baltimore and a 2-goal lead.
Former Brave goal by number 4, Marie McCool, unassisted.
The unassisted goal for Marie McCool makes it 6-4, 10:22 left to go. So Baltimore have come out swinging here in this second quarter, up 6-4. Off the draw control again. Danielle Spencer digging in, both feet on the line. Looking for Haley Warden to her left. And some things don't change.
A little draw stick setup issue there. Right now, too, the all-time greats out of the Northwestern program.
Yeah.
Toeing the line on the draw circle. Little competition there.
.6:23 and counting as the whistle sounds. Baltimore pick it right back up. Amanda Johansson passing inside. Alyssa Leonard once again through a double. Goes right side looking for Marie McCool. Loose ball to the corner. McCool picks it up with Lauren Murray in tow. Goes back behind the net, trying to go far post. 1, 2, 3, and it gets home. Great work as Laura Zimmerman, sitting on the back post, gets her 3rd goal of the afternoon.
Number 4, Marie McCool.
Great look there. Marie showcasing she's not just a goal scorer. She can dish the ball out, too. Brooke Griffin just so crafty on the crease. I love it. That's really where she made her mark for the Maryland program, a former Terp All-American, and she was actually recently named the newest Duke assistant coach.
And that's the other thing as well. You look at the names from their playing days, and now they go on to head coaches, assistant coaches. So like you said, yeah, they may be hanging the cleats up, but they're not ending their careers as they give back to the respective programs and just watch what they can do and develop the game as well. And especially watching these programs that you see more and more from the West Coast. And like we said, James Madison programs, just for lack of a better phrase, not the usual suspects, but seeing these other programs having their moment in the sun and building programs and maybe potentially even dynasties if they play their cards right. All of it comes from women that are on this field now, potentially in the stands now, and the ones that come in the future.
Absolutely. You know, this year in the NCAA championship, heading into that championship game, we knew there was going to be a first-time champion. You know, no matter JMU or Boston College, whoever grabbed that win, I think it really was, in many ways, one of the most exciting years I've seen since I've been in South Lacrosse.
Get a little sporty right now as the Upstate Pride work their way to the left. Some contact, a couple of players taking inventory, but Pride have the ball down by 3, working the right side now. Allie Carey. Peretta backpedals, about 30 on the shot clock as she goes left, loses the ball. Trying to get through it. She gets knocked over. This time a foul on Mara Schwitter. Speaking of
The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chasers program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro.
All of these women, I think that's what's most exciting. You're never going to see dirty play. I mean, they're all friends with each other. They all get along. It's all in the good competition.
And even after the game at Hofstra, I caught Molly Wolf saying to some of the other players, did you really have to light me up like that? It's part of the game and they know it. And again, even though both teams, they may see each other again Thursday when we get out to Westchester, but right now, just trying to solidify their spot in that postseason. Upstate with the ball left side, just about 30 on the shot clock. Romsberg exchanging passes. Now she goes right side, Warden.
Right now, Baltimore playing great man-down defense, really hitting their slides, moving around.
Romsberg hits the back of the net and makes the 5th goal for the afternoon.
Goal by number 28, Elena Romsberg, unassisted.
So the player down, unassisted goal, her 2nd of the afternoon. So they take advantage of the yellow card. Now within 2, 4:45 left to go. In the second quarter, hard to believe it's already down to under 5 minutes. Just back and forth action. Now for the draw control, as Leonard and Spencer will square off.
And talk about a battle. It's really been a battle here between these two, which is, Danielle obviously played at Northwestern. She coached there while Alyssa Leonard was there as well. So I think a lot of what Alyssa has learned over the years and honed in came from number 2 right there.
There's a Star Wars joke about the last time we met, I was a student, now I am the master in there, but I'm not going to go there. But Baltimore's going to get airborne and get the ball down. Amanda Johansson, long pass right side. Here comes Marie McCool. McCool gets it knocked out of her stick. Great work by Aaron Slifer. The Princeton product just keeping going and now rolling up through the middle. Here come the Pride. Inside, right at the goal crease,
wow,
and a great save. Ellie DeGarmo just slammed the door shut. But the Pride still have the ball. Fresh shot clock, though, back behind the net.
Slam the door on her former teammate, former classmate, Olivia Hump, and that's got to be pretty exciting.
And you'd love to have a hot mic on them, but you can never broadcast. You know they're jawing on each other down there.
Absolutely.
As once again, DeGarmo denies again. Olivia Hobb just trying to kick the front door open, but as you said, her former teammate turning her aside.
Not so fast.
The Pride, and I like how the Pride are able to pull that off. They just float it through the middle, connect the pass, and try to get a look in front. Shot goes in. Great shot. Elena Romsberg comes from about mid-shin to go top shelf, and she has her third goal of the day.
22, Olivia Hoppe.
Olivia Hopp gets the credit for the assist. It's 7-6 now. 2:40 left to go in the second.
Romsberg came to play, wants another championship, one not enough this year.
Indeed.
Getting selfish out there.
Nah, she's feeling it. I wouldn't call it selfish. She's feeling it. She is definitely. Oh, but good stuff. And again, the semifinals just a few days away, Thursday in Westchester. And then we'll be back here in Maryland at U.S. Lacrosse headquarters for the championship game on the 14th next Saturday. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Right now, Baltimore winning the battle in the circle, but the Pride have gotten some of the momentum back. Only down by one, but Zimmerman's got the ball working right side. She floats one in, and this time a foul is going to get called as Erin Slifer gets called for the foul. And I believe they're going to put for the free position shot. Yep, she's heading over. Laura Zimmerman. An opportunity to get number 4 on the afternoon. Molly Wolf sets Zimmerman. Zimmerman one-on-one and just rips it over her shoulder and gets her 4th of the afternoon.
Goal number 1.
Under 90 seconds, and Baltimore increased their lead once again by 2.
Just runs in hard, makes it look easy.
But also as well, I didn't see much as far as a collapse from Upstate to try to do anything with that, just one-on-one. I mean, yeah, if you're a goalie, you kind of want that opportunity, you want that matchup, but
no, I don't think you want that match.
I see now.
No,
I've always been one. I'd rather have the shooter because then if it goes in, it's my fault. Give me the shooter. You take care of the rebound, but I don't know. We can flip a coin on that one.
I think for goalies, yeah, that's the save that we talk about, the saves you're supposed to make. Those are the saves where you had no if you make that save, you had no business making it.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that. Going to redo the draw control, though, as the clock is still ticking, 35 and counting, so the shot clock is off. An opportunity here for Upstate, hopefully to get within 1, and Baltimore, a chance to increase the lead, both going into the break. First half action here at Goucher College, game 1 of a doubleheader. As coming away with it, Haley Warden, Upstate Pride working right side. They got 15 seconds to do something. Warden inside of 30. Warden fires in the save. Ellie DeGarmo as the flag was up, and Warden is still on the ground. Final 3 seconds, very slow to get up, favoring looks like the left ankle. The horn sounds as Haley Warden
And that's the end of the first half.
taking inventory.
Leading the Upstate Pride.
Her teammates coming over to check on her. She does get up on her own. Little gingerly walking things off. She'll get some attention as she heads towards the bench. But nonetheless, the first half action done. 8-6 the score when we come back. Exciting second half. Stay with us here. LaxAllStars.com live from Goucher College.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty. It's much more harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not even in the corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net. Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Hands back, extended, be able to catch it, and as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it, nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're lefty, right? So you're going to throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're going to throw it. Get your stick out just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're stealing a defender off and cradle down here, okay?
Get him a good shot, but let's try to throw in a fake and go high or low, okay? Sound good? Ready? Tweet. Woo!
I always think it's so funny when...
Catch it. I'm starving. All I've had today is McDonald's breakfast.
The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chasers program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dobie, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. We're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our, responsibility with the reach that they have nationwide to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the Chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players. So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk. But the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to be a part of the Futures program. We want to make sure that we are always putting the players first. We're always putting these young women first. And we care about them as people first. And then everything else will fall into place from there.
what do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty. It's much more harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hands.
Step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not even for corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net.
Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Your hands back, extended, be able to catch it, and as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it. Nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're lefty, right? So you're going to throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're going to throw it. Get your stick up just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're sealing a defender off, and cradle down here, okay?
Get him a good shot, but let's try to throw in a fake and go high or low, okay? Sound good?
Welcome back to Goucher College. Halftime, 8-6 in favor of the Baltimore Brave. Dan Fritz alongside of Hallie Griggs. Great first half action, and we're just getting this party started. Set to go for the second half. Change in goal for the Upstate Pride, Renee Pullout. So now we have an Ivy League matchup between the Pipes. I was hoping this would happen, but still. Ellie DeGarmo from Princeton on one side, Renee Pullout from Cornell on the other, and we're underway. Baltimore picking up where they left off, trying to get in real quick, but just that fast, the Upstate defense denying the opportunity, and now they'll try to clear and get the ball back up the field. Hallie, if you're Upstate, keys for the second half, what do you got to work on?
Yeah, I think what you have to do is really just make the most of your offensive opportunities. And that really, in my opinion, that starts with the draw control. I think you need to, I think it's pretty safe to say you have to have the ball to score goals. And that's going to start with really eliminating Alyssa Leonard on the draw, getting players like Danielle Spencer and Allie Carey on there, seeing if they can get the ball, get it downfield, and start taking care of it and putting it away.
Taking a look at some of the numbers. The shots off goal, 5 for Upstate, so they're getting that opportunity, just not connected. And again, credit for the goalkeepers, as on the way in, this shot Taylor Thornton was running right up the middle. Looked like maybe her stick got clipped just a little bit. Not much on it by the time it got to Renee Pullout, but nonetheless, Upstate Pride working back the other way. And for both teams as well, smart shots on offense. It's still too close. You don't want to, you really can't just go all out as of just yet. You have to be smart with it. We've talked all year, there's only been two-point goals. Not really too much of a situation, but if you get any more shots like that, a nice easy save. Ellie DeGarmo picked it up from the release. So saves on both ends here in the second half. Baltimore still with the ball.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of shots like that. 2 back-to-back shots where our attackers and our middies didn't really make the goalie work for it, right to their stick.
Although every goalkeeper will sit here and tell you there's no such thing as an easy shot nor a save, so they may argue with us a little bit on that point, but nonetheless, still, if you can make the goalie work for it, as that goes up and over, and a foul called against Upstate as Laura Zimmerman picks herself off the field here, and not for a free position, they'll back her up. Baltimore still with the ball, though. 11 on the shot clock as Marie McCool works the left side. McCool draws a double, ducks in, but she airmails one up and over. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and Baltimore is just going to let it go. Upstate will have the ball, but still a good look. Just couldn't connect on the shot.
Probably the best look we've seen all day. If she made that, that was a SportsCenter top play.
I think I've got them on my speed dial after a couple of weeks.
You know, we talk about the oohs and the ahs from the stands right now. I feel like I'm doing that on this broadcast.
And you can't help it.
I have to remind myself.
But you know what? You don't waste good. It's a good shot. It's a good stuff. These women are leaving it all out there. And again, the final regular season game for both of these two teams before we go to Westchester. Definitely going to get their money's worth, as it were. Olivia Hobb trying to go in front, couldn't get much there. Taylor Thornton able to come away with it. Zimmerman with plenty of space through the middle, and she's got Amanda Johansson with her. Quick advantage, turns 1-2.
Oh,
great
wow.
save, Renee Poulat.
Momentum shift there. Poulat, that was beautiful transition upfield too.
Great save by the Cornell netminder from 2017, and now her team trying to get to within one, back the other way. Elena Romsberg, 3 goals on the first half, got her pocket picked right in front of her, and that quickly, Laura Zimmerman, thank you very much. Here she comes right up the middle. Left side, McCool, shooting space as she worked her way in, and now, Kristen Gaudian.
That check
that
was
just
incredible.
Shot, that one cannot be picked up to the back of the net. Kristen Gaudian, the James Madison product, gets the free possession goal. And Baltimore have increased their lead.
Kristen Gaudian, she was a Tewaaraton finalist this year, probably the country's breakout player of the year, earning All-American honors this year and being one of 5 players left standing for the Tewaaraton Award, in addition to the national championship. And right there you saw it. She was the most proficient shooter in the college game. Over 65% of her shots hit the back of the net. Over 90% of her shots were on goal.
Reigning CAA Player of the Year. She ranked 17th in the nation, 3.53 goals per game. The 12th overall selection by the Baltimore Brave. A wise choice indeed to get Kristen in here. She gets her first goal of the afternoon. It is 9-6, 10 minutes left to go here in the third. Upstate coming away from the draw control. Now quickly in front, turn, fire, bouncing. Nobody on the back corner to pick it up until Alex Aust can retrieve it. And Aust now working from the corner. And a nice cooler breeze comes through here on top of the press box. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Shot goes in, a save. And a foul called. So Upstate will have a free position opportunity.
Bit of a hit there. I actually thought that foul was on Laura Zimmerman.
So did I at first.
I think it was.
It might have been. I mean, I always say the referees have a better look than we do. But we have the right look.
There we go. We've got the right
There we
look.
go. All right, now we're good.
Taylor Thornton was like, what are you talking about?
Why are you giving this to me? Erica Ipe, though, right up the middle. She's going to defer, but a shot goes up over the crossbar. Upstate will still keep it. 22 on the shot clock. Here comes the Pride from back behind the net. Harry Callie carries all alone on the right side, but they opted to go left. Loose ball now. Pareka trying to gather it. She does so. Stevens. Nicole Stevens, a little dish in front. The shot, the save, and smothering it. Ellie DeGarmo once again.
Another great save there by Ellie DeGarmo.
Just keeping it in front of her, keeping her poise, and able to just collapse her stick onto it to control it. And now Baltimore will clear, working up the right side.
Yeah, she's really been the difference maker in this game.
Now, we said before, as far as the grass field, if we were on a turf field, that ball was probably out of bounds. So Baltimore benefiting from the surface conditions, keeping the ball now just over 50 on the shot clock, working back behind the net.
Oh,
Marie
great
McCool
dodge.
in front. The whistle blew, though. They're going to count the goal. So Marie McCool will get credit for the goal. They'll put the call away. Baltimore, or will they? The referee's conferring. As we said, some things haven't changed.
It looks like the Upstate coaching staff, and I kind of agree. You know, we had, ironically, when I was calling the CAA games earlier this year, I called a Towson game down at Elon, and this happened a few times too, Coach Sonia LaMonica. When a ref blows their whistle, a goalie's going to drop. You know, everyone's going to stop, and if you allow that play to go on after a blown whistle, that's when it gets confusing. So I'm kind of on the Upstate side here. I think if that whistle is blown, you certainly give Marie McCool the foul, bring it back.
Watching you, use them. Walk up to them. Ask them questions. All right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty. It's much more harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not going to even for corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net.
Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Hands back, extended. Be able to catch it. And as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it. Nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're left and right. So you're going to throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're going to throw it. Take your stick out just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're sealing a defender off, and cradle down here, okay?
Get him a good shot, but let's try to throw in a fake and go high or low, okay? Sound good? Ready? Sweet. Woo! I always think it's so funny when...
Catch it. I'm starving. All I've had today is McDonald's breakfast.
obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chasers program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dobie, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. We're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our, responsibility with the reach that they have nationwide to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the Chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players.
So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk. But the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to be a part of the Futures program. We want to make sure that we are always putting the players first. We're always putting these young women first. And we care about them as people first. And then everything else will fall into place from there.
Johansson, just a strong, dominant dodge there, just goes right in the alley. The minute she scores, Nadine Hendig turned around, pointed to herself, said, hey, that was me. But, she is, talk about a player, we talk about making the most of the opportunity. Amanda Johansson's another player. Since her playing days at USC, which were not so bad, All-American career, she's just gotten better in this league. Watching her, the amount that she's grown as a player in the professional ranks, I love it.
And even at her time at USC, she had 22 games in which she had 3 goals or more. So somebody that's not afraid of winding up on the stat sheet. She's got 2 here this afternoon. And now off of this draw control, little box out position. Didn't work too well for the Upstate Pride. Baltimore will have it. Quick restart. Here come the Brave up the right side. Final seconds of the quarter. They get the shot off for 2 points, and it's good! Right at the horn, the 2-pointer, Amanda Johansson gets credit for the 2-point goal. A great shot.
Brave goal by number 7, Amanda.
Rips it in.
Assisted by number 27, Dana Dobie.
Dobie will get credit for the assist. And we go into the break 13-7. We're going to take a quick step aside. When we come back, fourth quarter action here from Goucher College. You're watching the Women's Professional Lacrosse League on LaxAllStars.com.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Watching you, use them. Walk up to them, ask them.
Welcome back to Goucher College. Fourth quarter action here in front of us. Baltimore, though, owning that third quarter, 13-7 to score going into the break. Dan Fritz, Hallie Griggs, game one of the doubleheader here, the final regular season games of the inaugural season, the WPLL. Thank you for joining us, LaxAllStars.com. And Hallie, Baltimore, just, like I said, just owned that third frame. Your Upstate pride, what do you do? I mean, how do you find a kink in this armor that has been this Baltimore defense that starts on you before you can even have a chance to clear the ball?
You know, the third quarter, the gates just opened up. You know, I think that Baltimore just attacked from the opening draw. They really capitalized on the 50-50 balls. And, you know, for nothing, Upstate's getting the looks. I just think they need to put them away. You know, they're getting the shots. I think they're shooting wide, so they're giving themselves the opportunity to at least back those balls up. This Baltimore defense, when you talk about so many of the playmakers offensively, but when you look at this Baltimore defense, you know, Kelsey Sheridan back there, Morris Schwitter, they're so aggressive. They're so fast. They're going to collapse on you the minute you get the ball in any scoring area. So I think you just need to know that and get a quality shot off.
Well, we'll see if they can take care of the first matter from the draw control. As before we get started, some discussion on the far side with the officials and the coaches. Not sure what's going on here, but that's the reason for the little bit of a delay.
Looks like there's a little confusion. These are always those moments when I'm calling a game. I wish I had a mic down on the field.
You wish they were mic'd.
You want to tune me in?
Yeah. What you talking about? All right, well, whatever the discussion is, here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. The Upstate Pride will take the opening draw control, and now Danielle Spencer's not going to waste any time. She'll turn the corner and fire and score, starting off the fourth quarter. Danielle Spencer gets the unassisted goal to get things going. So that's what you're looking for if you're Upstate, right out of the blocks. And now, again, win the next draw control. Get some momentum going. You still got a lot of work to do and a short time to do it in.
I love it. Danielle Spencer grabs the draw, brings it down, rips that shot, and she's the first person back to the draw circle.
Definitely something she's instilled in her time at Northwestern and in her players as well. Practice what you preach, Coach, and she's showing it right here. Back to the draw control. See if she can get things going again.
And that was, you know, right now, it was her second year as the head coach at Dartmouth. And you look at what the Big Green program, the improvement that they made from 2017 to 2018. In my opinion, Dartmouth was probably the last team outside of that bubble. They were looking in on the NCAA tournament.
And you look at it as well as you look as far as the Ivy League, talking about teams, and again, not usual suspects. Again, Dartmouth on the rise once again, but Columbia getting into the Ivy League tournament. Brown making some noise as well, but also not to take away from the powerhouses inside the Ancient Eight of Princeton, Cornell, Harvard, Penn. You have all those teams, but to sit there and have all 8 teams vying for something, you can't ask for anything better. But right now, Baltimore, after the shooting space foul, is going to have an opportunity. Free position once again. Looks like Laura Zimmerman. She'll pass off left. Trying to get it, but this time they send it off the top of the bar, and it goes off to the right. Fresh shot clock, but Baltimore will have it. So trying to get Renee Pullout spun around. Here comes Baltimore once again back behind the net. Nothing but hustle right from the start. Just couldn't get it to connect, but she winds up on the ground for her troubles. Laura Zimmerman just putting in the work and hustling. Baltimore still have it, 35 on the shot clock. Back behind the net, they got Renee Pullout to bite and put it over her shoulder. Once again, another score for the Brave here in the second half.
Dana Dobby, just great stick work, turning that corner.
Dana Dobby, her second goal of the afternoon. And now we're back to the circle once again. 14-8 is the score.
Number 27, Dana Dobby.
And a lot of people, when they think of Dana Dobby, probably the best to ever put on a jersey for Team Canada on the women's side. I mean, she's just a legendary player in the Canadian program. And I spoke with her before the World Cup last summer. And, what she said, I said, is this just, a lot of people are using this R word, retirement. Hannah Nielsen, is she retiring going into the World Cup? Devin Wills, is she retiring? Devin confirmed before the World Cup she was not going to be playing after the World Cup. I said, Dana, what do you think of what do you think of this word? And she said, as long as I can play and I can help Canada be as good as they can, I'm going to do it. The minute I don't think I'm one of the best 18 players, I'm not going to do it.
Good sound mind, definitely well aware of what's going on. I mean, and again, we could talk for hours on her career as well, and it all plays up into here, continuing the program. Baltimore continuing to work on this fourth quarter, trying to bounce one in. We talked about off the turf versus off of the grass, but not too much of an effect there. Good hustle by Baltimore, much to the displeasure of the Upstate bench and fans in attendance. Baltimore with a great shot, a great look. Alyssa Leonard gets airborne and sends it into the corner.
That was almost like an air gate. Alyssa Leonard definitely leapt from well behind the goal line, extended there on the crease, making sure that she didn't go in the crease, but just incredible effort there.
Great way to get your second goal of the afternoon, but 15-8 are the numbers you want to look at now on the scoreboard here at Goucher College. And as the clock running here in the fourth quarter, Baltimore starting to get a little comfortable in the driver's seat as they look to run the table in the regular season 4-0. Upstate Pride would love to spoil that a little bit and make things interesting for the staff to see about the seeding for next week as they sit on a 2-1 record so far. Off the draw control, it'll be Upstate ball. Danielle Spencer gliding her way in up the right side. Passes back, Allie Carey. Carey against McCool. Behind the net now, Olivia Hopp. Carey once again looking inside. Great look. Molly Stevens tried to go far post, but she couldn't get it to connect. Upstate still have it, but the shot clock does not reset. 25 left. And here comes the Pride. 9:33 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Upstate's got a lot of work to do. Allie Carey goes in, sends one low. DeGarmo better for the task, and Baltimore with the ball, and now the clear.
Amanda Johansson picks up the ground ball, speed up the field, leaving everyone like 10 yards behind.
Just pouring on the Jets. The flags go up. Another free position opportunity coming. And once again, Kristen Gaudian will go to the hash. Gaudian will set. She'll go in. Couple of steps, and she'll deposit it home. She gets the hat trick on the afternoon from the free position line. And another goal for Baltimore. 16-8 as they have doubled up the Upstate Pride. So after a commanding third quarter, Baltimore not letting their foot off the gas, keeping things going here in the fourth, 16-8 with 8.5 remaining. Off the draw control to the top side. Alyssa Leonard will pick it up. And the Baltimore run continues. McCool. Marie McCool going right. She's got some space. She'll go in and take the shot. Renee Pullout right there with the stick. Back up the other way. Here comes the Pride. Spencer. Over the line to the right. Pass left. Quick shot off the pipe. Oh. One less coat of paint, and that's the 9th goal for Upstate, but nonetheless, Baltimore have it.
Shot right up the pipe. Almost took Maura Schwitter's head off the rebound. She ducked and hit the ground.
A lot of saves and reactions out of self-defense, but a great shot. Alyssa Leonard rips one home, and Baltimore just keep pouring it on here in the fourth quarter.
Alyssa Leonard, that was so close to a two-point shot, too. I think that she was maybe a step or two over the line.
They haven't put it on the board yet, so I wondered if they're...
Brave goal by number 2, Alyssa Leonard.
That one goal goes to the board, so it's 17-8. 6:50 left to go, and Baltimore well within control here. Off the draw control. Foul called against Leonard, so Baltimore will have it. Danielle Spencer trying to get a quick restart. Charges right up the middle. Spencer takes it to her own, but just can't connect. Just wide off the mark. LaxAllStars will get us started back up. 45 on the shot clock. She works from behind the net. Olivia Hopp. Looking for something far post. Nothing there. She comes up top. 30 on the shot clock. Erica Ipe looking for Aust. Not much there.
20
Lauren
on
Murray.
the shot clock now.
Shayna Pareka with 15. Pareka lobs one all the way up. Now with 8 seconds, fires from distance, but right there, Ellie DeGarmo able to deny it. Another save for the Brave netminder. Marie McCool through midfield. Gets her pocket picked. Aaron Slifer tried to get it. The Pride have it. Slifer will have it back now, pass through midfield. The Pride needs something to spark some momentum. Has just a little over 5 minutes left. That might be it. The shot and the score. Erica Ipe gets her first of the afternoon. And I do believe that's 2.
I think she might have been in.
I want to say it's 2 points. It's at least going to be the one goal. The scoreboard hasn't changed yet.
Upstate goal by number 5, Erica.
Nope, only one. Erica Ipe gets the goal. 17-9, 4:20 left to go. Here in the fourth quarter, Baltimore once again pouring on the offense, up by 8.
So many we've mentioned today, so many of these players, college coaches in their own right, a lot of their players here in the stands watching their future coaches.
Baltimore taking it, turning, firing. Renee Pullout looking like got a piece of it. So the Pride will have the ball back. 3:30 left to go, 17-9 to score. We'll give and go pass now. Romsberg. Danielle Spencer passes behind the net. 35 on the shot clock, trying to do something quickly in front. Ball rolls all the way back to midfield. They give it for Baltimore, but she fielded it on the other side of the line.
Looks like maybe you can't bring the ball back behind the 50.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yes, as far as like for similar to basketball, a backcourt violation. So again, everybody's not 100% used to the new rules with the WPLL, but that one right there. So unfortunately, it's going to be Baltimore's ball regardless. So they have it now working up top. Gaudian, Zimmerman. Quick pass in front. Baltimore taking their time. 17 on the shot clock. Going in, working, depositing in. Amanda Johansson gets credit for her 5th goal of the afternoon. She had a 2-pointer in and just sends it away. Another goal for the Brave as we hit 2 minutes left to go. Pretty much sealing the deal on the afternoon. The unassisted goal for the USC product. She now has 5 points on the afternoon.
And she's just, she's hit the back of the scoreboard, but she's picked off passes, she's grabbed draws, she's caused turnovers, she's made end-to-end clears, and she has a 2-point goal.
A lot of things that, and that's a lot of things that we've talked about in the broadcast as well. The work that these women are doing sometimes don't always make the stat line. They don't always make the stat book, but Amanda Johansson definitely hitting that stat line hard today with 5 points. The Upstate Pride not done yet. Just over a minute to go, trying to just get a couple more to the board. A nice 1-2 punch, but it got denied. Looks like it may have hit the side of the netting, so Upstate still not going down without a fight. But we have 1 minute left to go and about a 10-second difference between game and shot clock, so Baltimore's got to do something with this as we're in the final minute. 18-9 is the score. Olivia Hopp comes away with the ball. Here comes Danielle Spencer. Spencer all alone. Spencer gets another goal.
Pride goal by number 2, Danielle Spencer, unassisted.
The unassisted goal, and again the clock running, 35 seconds and counting. Probably have enough time for one more play. As we said before, some rules that maybe changed for year 2, and now you see it. Yeah, the score is considerable, but still under 2 minutes. Maybe we look at as far as stopping the clock, at least in the second to fourth quarter, to give a chance to reset. If not like after every goal, because if we did that, we might still be in the third quarter. But after the draw control, 10 seconds are left. Upstate trying to at least maybe get one more to the board, make it look a little better. Danielle Spencer couldn't get it through, but the shot, there's the score right before the horn. Elena Romsberg will get number 4 on the afternoon. But the horn sounds, and Baltimore have run the regular season table. 4-0 will be the record.
Baltimore Brave 18, Upstate Pride 10.
The final score 18-10. One game down, one more to go. More exciting action to come. We're going to take a step aside, and when we do come back, we'll have game 2 for you. One more time, your final score, 18-10. Make sure you stay with us here at LaxAllStars.com. Game 2 to start, and just about, we'll say about 15, 20 minutes. Stay with us here, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much.
In the vending area.
Is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chases program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally.